No?
That's cold.
It is. Okay.
That is very, very cold.
Welcome back. If this is your first time here, we are Renovation Ranch. We kind of started out as a vlog when we were traveling last year. We took a four and a half month road trip. It's over 10,000 miles. Those are all our early videos. We went to a lot of cool places. The videos are not amazing, but I recommend that maybe you go back and look at them just to kind of get a glimpse into who we are. This is real life now. I have 2 or 3 loads of laundry here in the bed. I have some more in the dryer, and I don't want to. I just don't want to fold it, but that's what I have to do today. In our last video, we talked about gift giving, and I told you about a podcast that I had listened to. But then I was thinking, why would I not give you a QR code to their website or podcasting? Because if you're watching this on a TV, you're not gonna remember later, I'm sure, because you know we're human, to go find that information. So I'm going to try right here to add a QR code that'll bring you to Life and Gear. They have a website, they have a podcast, they're on YouTube. This will bring you to something, I'm not sure which one. Once a month they have a podcast and lots of good information. So we did talk about being a good gift giver last week in my last video, but something I wanted to talk about today is, I guess, sort of being intentional with gifts, especially when it comes to your kids. We have 3 kids, preteens, teenagers, so things have definitely changed over the years. When they were little, I tried to keep it to 4 things: something they needed, something they wanted, something to wear, and something to read. Obviously, now that they're all teenagers, that's changed. It's a little bit harder and a lot more expensive. We do still try to do something they need. And that might be a pair of jeans. It might be the socks and underwear that everybody dreads, but truthfully is very thankful for. But it could also be, you know, a bike. Maybe they outgrew their bike. This is not an upgrade necessarily, but just something that works better, that is safer because it fits them properly, right? Something they want within reason, obviously, because yeah, my 14-year-old wants an Apple Watch. I'm like, no. So something they want within reason that obviously fits your budget, but also is something that they desire, that is not a normal purchase for your family. It could be a lot of things. It could be something that supports a hobby of theirs. It could be another Lego set, which, you know, most kids don't need another Lego set, but maybe they want the new Star Wars thing. Something to wear. Not necessarily the need items, right? Something to wear, like a new sweatshirt, maybe a cool t-shirt you found them, or hat, or pair of shoes. Something they need, something they want, something to wear, something to read. This is where things have to get creative again. When our kids were little, I definitely got them a book. You know, we did board books, and then you do picture books, and I would usually try to find a really cool Christmas book, so they'd maybe get a new Christmas book each year. For a couple of years, I wanted to get the same story by different authors and illustrators, just so they could kind of see the differences, because that's the teacher in me. I'm like, oh, these are cool. That lasted a couple years, and then it became hard to find certain things, and if it was up to my girls, they would say, yes, I want the physical book of all the books that I ever want to read and all the books I ever loved. But then we'd have to move into a castle that has a library, like in Beauty and the Beast. I just don't have room for all these books. If it's a very special book, a book I know they're gonna reread multiple times, I will definitely buy a physical copy. If it's just a series they're kind of into at the time, I would rather spend money on digital subscriptions to like Kindle books, or, you know, something like that where you can, what is that, it's Kindle or Prime. I don't know. There's a ton of them. There's a ton of options for digital downloads, or the library is also a huge resource. So I don't buy a ton of books anymore. So like I said, our gift giving blueprint has changed over the years. I try to still keep it within a budget, which, oh my goodness, this year has been so challenging. Not only has the budget gotten a little bit smaller, but things have gotten more expensive. And because of where we currently live, you pretty much have to order everything. And that just takes some of the joy out of it for me as the shopper. I like to walk. Sorry about that. Got a phone call from Phil, and he is working at the pole barn. Yeah, he does have to chain up all four still to get up there, but at least the road is semi-passable. So I'll try to give you guys an update on that as well. Right now, the budget's gotten smaller. The prices have gotten larger, not only because it's 2022, but because teenagers tend to want more expensive things. Obviously, their clothes are more, you know, if I go to buy Matthew a pair of shoes, it's going to cost me $120. And that's just for, you know, regular pair of tennis shoes. It's just the way it is. So being creative without breaking the bank. So you can give me some ideas down below what you do for your family. How do you stay in a budget? Do you guys have, you know, a limit as to how many gifts, or do you have topics or realms that you kind of shop in? Like I was saying, something to wear, something they need, something to read, something they want. Sometimes you might do an activity. Sometimes you might do, okay, an inside toy or an outside toy. For us, living in the Northern Rocky Mountains, buying a child a bike for Christmas is usually a very anticlimactic gift, because more often than not, you get a gift like that you can't use for 3 to 6 months. I remember, my birthday is the week before Christmas, and I remember getting a bike, and it was cool. It was really cool, but again, I lived, you know, at almost 8,000 feet in the Rocky Mountains, where riding your bike in December, January is not always something you can do. So being mindful that what they're getting is something that can be balanced. Maybe a bike is fine, you know, if there's 3 feet of snow outside, because you're also going to, I don't know, the circus or whatever. So they get something now and they get something later. Just some things to think through. Buying gifts simply because it's a holiday and you should buy gifts, I don't think is necessarily a good idea, because there's an overabundance of just stuff at that point, and it's not appreciated the same as if it is truly thought through and you only get, you know, maybe 3 or 4 gifts. So they're special. You know, it's not just a plethora. I know that is fun. As parents, we love giving tons of things to our kids, but pulling the reins back a little bit and saying, hey, they don't need all of this stuff. Maybe part of your Christmas fund could be, you know, having them go shopping for Toys for Tots or Angel Tree or some of the other nonprofits that make sure underprivileged families are able to give their kids a gift. And it might only be one gift, but it's going to be very precious to them because it's the only thing they get. So maybe utilizing some of your funds to help your kids pay it forward. Maybe an early Christmas present would be to shop with your family for one of these other things, or go to Compassion International and sponsor a child. I think it's $36 a month. I might be off by a few. We do sponsor 2 kids, one in Ethiopia, I believe, and one in South America. I'm just blanking, but we do sponsor 2 kids, and we have for many, many years. They're close to our kids' age, but during the holidays, you can up your sponsorship so that they get specific things that they need that are above their normal care. So something special, maybe a new soccer ball and that type of thing. Utilize your funds in a positive way versus just spending it at the store just so you can say you spent your Christmas budget. Just something to think about. I have to go check in with the kids. We're trying to wrap up we'll call it finals, because I want them to have a good break for the holiday. And I want them to be done with school for a couple weeks. But yeah, they're not. So we're gonna get back to that. Oh, Stephanie's house sitting again. This time though, she's not off grid, but she will be caring for, ready for this list, 5 dogs, 4 cats, 4 goats, 2 donkeys. Did I get it all? Miniature donkeys, they're very cute. Oh, and chickens and a goose. So that's what she's doing this weekend. And then we'll be celebrating my birthday and getting ready for Christmas. So we'll check in with you guys in a little bit.
Stu's watching for you first, then I'll say go. What is geology? Ask them. That's okay. What is...
Good morning, welcome back. Today is a cold one. I think last I checked the high is supposed to be like 20 degrees. And Phil left about 7:30 to continue working on the pole barn. He was whooped yesterday. I never heard from him, never got updates on how the job was going. So today I think I might take you up there and we'll check it out. Okay, we have to go up the mountain to check on Phil. Haven't heard from him at all today, but it's snowing now. He needs 4 chains to get up the road. I don't have chains. So I have a feeling we're going hiking, so come with us. No! Can we do it? Go, go, go. Yay! Free shot.
Free shot.
Ow! Be careful, that whole thing could have slid off on you. Be very careful. Because all of that's pretty much connected. Nope, that's not good either.
Didn't mean to do that.
What'd you do?
You broke my school.
All right, so it looks like the road actually has been cleared more or less, but I was advised to not drive up here, so we're hiking. I brought Phil some lunch. Little baby Snowball. Yeah. The snowball fight started pretty much the moment we got out of the car.
I thought you were where I was taking the snowball.
That sort of is your fault.
No, it's not. It's my fault.
So this is right where the truck was stuck the other night, right on this bridge. Oh, look at a pretty tree.
I want to walk down there.
The other side of the bridge is going to be all uphill.
Hi.
Wow. We'll see if they're miserable before we ever get up there. Shoving snow down each other's coats. Don't mind me hiking up a hill in the snow. Are you out of breath yet? This looks really, this is like pure ice. Looky here. Pure ice.
I can't get it.
Well, that looks different than it did last time I was here.
Hey, nice music.
Going on.
Looks way different with skin.
That'll work.
Are you working? resting.
If you sit in snow, it immediately goes to the shape of your body. So you can just lay there and be all comfortable.
Was this better or was White Sands, New Mexico better?
This.
Can I bury you in it? Up to your neck like you did in the sand?
No, I'd be cold.
Hey! I'm going in here. Thank you. What am I missing out on?
Safety Sally's gonna have my neck.
Why? You have safety goggles on. I don't see anything wrong with this. Is that even on the ground? I don't think so.
I've been doing this a really long time. Sometimes I just do stuff.
What is this on your head?
I'm Stabby the unicorn.
Sally the unicorn?
No, Stabby.
Oh, Stabby the unicorn.
I
Oh, that's
stab
nice.
stupid people.
Oh.
A win boy, a win boy, a win boy, a win boy, a win boy. So, don't mind my hair. It's awesome. I'm currently Stabby the unicorn. Instead of doing school today, like I thought we would, we ended up coming to the job with Dad, or me, Matthew, and Mom. Stephanie is at what are the names?
Holman Homestead. Check them out on Instagram.
Yeah, she's there because their son, all their sons are wrestlers, and there was a tournament for their oldest. So they went to that, and she is house sitting. But Matthew has a youth group movie night tonight, and me and Dad and Mom are going to watch the show I found about 2 weeks ago, called Once Upon a Time. You should check it out. It's on Disney Plus. It's amazing.
Sit right here. Sit right there. Can you walk that right there, please?
Matthew!
Step down there.
Do you want to ride with me? Right here?
Just down to the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Snotsicles.
We all do.
It's a part of the, it's just what you get here. It has skin now. This is good for winter.
Skin.
I mean, as good as it's going to get for
It
now.
has to be.
That doesn't.
I
Is
need.
that
I
3
need.
feet of snow up on the roof?
That's probably pretty close. Yeah. Yeah. I need to. I'll have to come back up here once the trim show up that didn't show up, and then I'll have to trim out the garage doors so the garage door guy can get up here and install.
then we have to
And there's
bring
some
a fill, right?
miscellaneous like that piece of wood right there can come out and
Right.
crap like that. But we'll wait for a nicer day.
Cool.
Okay, so we're gonna go down on the tailgate. It's sort of dangerous, but
No, you'll end up finding me dead.
I will not end up dead, you weirdo.
Hold on.
Woohoo!
Thanks for coming with us today. We got to get the chains off the truck and head on back into town. Pick Stephanie up from her house sitting gig so we can get the kids off to a youth group event at church tonight. But we appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.
See you in the next video. Bye.
YouTube channel.
Beep.